Hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about inverse variation. So if you recall, we have something called direct variation, and that is when the relationship between two variables where one is a constant multiple of the other. And in other words, this means that the variables x and y is equal to ax for some non-zero constant a. So y and x in this case have direct variation because y is equal to a times x. So a is some constant and y is just a multiple of that variable x. Inverse variation, on the other hand, is when two variables x and y have the relationship that y is equal to a divided by x, where a is not equal to 0. And here we call that constant a the constant of variation, and y is said to vary inversely with x. So for this first example, we're going to look at classifying equations. We're going to tell whether x and y show direct variation, inverse variation, or neither. So remember, for direct variation, that is when y is equal to some number a times x. Inverse variation is where y is equal to some number divided by x. And neither will show either of those. So looking at these, my first step is I want it to be in the form where y is by itself. So for number 1, I have y is equal to 5. So my first step is to go ahead and isolate my y. So to do that, I need to divide x from both sides. And I get that y is equal to 5 over x. So looking at this, I see that this is in the form of y equals a over x. My a in this case is just 5. And so that means that this first one shows inverse variation. Okay, looking at this next one, I have y is equal to x minus 4. My y is already isolated, and I see it's equal to x minus 4. So this one, I see it's not a times x. X isn't being multiplied by anything. Also, we don't have a number divided by x. So in this case, this one would be neither. Okay, now this last one, I have y divided by 2 is equal to x. First step here is I want y to be isolated. So I want to move that 2 to the other side. Since it's being divided here, I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. And I get that y is equal to 2x. So here I see this one is in the form of y is equal to ax, where here a is equal to 2. And so since that is the case, that means that this one is going to be direct variation.